Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday morning. Here's a shocker for you. I voted for Donald Trump. Like you didn't know, right? What surprises me more than anything else is how anybody, and I mean literally anybody, even if you want abortion up until the kid's 18 years old, how you can vote for Kamala Harris. It dumbfounds me. Just over the weekend, hell, just yesterday, the inauthenticity of Kamala Harris shined so brightly it was unbelievable. Let's start with her advertising. Yesterday, there were ads released in Pennsylvania and in Michigan. In Michigan, with a heavily Arab population or Muslim population, Kamala Harris released an ad saying she stood behind Palestine, supported the people of Palestine. But if you went to Pennsylvania, there was a Kamala Harris ad run saying she stood with Israel. I'm sorry, you can't have your cake and eat it too. She's pandering to whomever to get elected. This is it. I'll tell you anything you want to hear just as long as you vote for me. Hey, black community, sound familiar? Okay, just say it. But then it got even more humorous last night. In the middle of a flight last night, on their way to Detroit, where she was supposed to have a rally yesterday evening, they diverted the plane and made a unscheduled stop in New York City so Kamala Harris could go on Saturday Night Live, because so many people watch that anymore. 30 years ago, the show was actually funny. Now you can't even name somebody who's on the show. Okay, remember the days? I mean, you think about it. You go back and, you had, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy, Joe Piscopo, Gilda Radner. Funny people, good comedians. Now you have, I don't know, what's this cast, 13, 14 people of political operatives. Yippee. But to make matters worse, besides the fact that she didn't show up for her own rally in Michigan, are you throwing in the towel? Give up on Michigan. We'll be perfectly happy. Give up on Michigan like you gave up on North Carolina. Because I hate to tell you this, you don't have a path to win. Unless you win Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, all three of them, you're working at McDonald's again come January. Oh, wait a minute, you never worked there in the first place. You're working the red light district again. Okay? Maybe Willie wants something done with his Willie. To tell you how inauthentic she is, they rolled out the same skit that Donald Trump did 10 years ago, with him sitting in front of a mirror and the actor portraying him talking to himself, basically, but obviously it's the two people there. They couldn't even come up with an original skit for Kamala Harris to do. But then again, that shouldn't surprise anybody because she can't come up with an original idea on her own. So why would they have any sort of original idea? I mean, it was just, if it wasn't trolling her, then somebody really has a short memory. Because that was like the greatest troll ever. It's like, well, you know what? You have no original ideas of your own. We'll just put you in the same skit that we did with Trump a while back. Good. Okay. Or that just tells you that the writers at Saturday Night Live have a future in writing speeches for AOC. Nothing factual and nothing original. Or it could be Kamala Harris speechwriters, who know. But that's pretty much the state of the race at this point. Now, here it is, it's Sunday. We are 2 days away from the election. A lot of the early voting is ending this weekend. There's a couple of states that are still open, but a lot of it's done. And you see all the people hooting and hollering, going, oh, turnout is so up, and, Trump's going to do great. And, well, I'm hoping they're right. Okay. I'm not convinced. We know the only subsector of the American public that Kamala Harris is winning in is crazy cat ladies. Okay. Here's the problem. Nationally, the early vote coming in is 54% women, 46% men. Now, the population as a whole is about 51% women, 49% men. I'm not adding in the people who don't know what gender they are. That means that women are early voting more than men. And there's every excuse that you could hear is, oh, it's because the men are at work and they can't go vote. All right, I'm not buying that one because I hate to tell you this, a good portion of the female population of this country works. They have to. Otherwise, families living on the street. In Bidenomics, you have to have 2, maybe 3 or 4 incomes to support a household. But that's what brings us to coming on Tuesday. Guys, you gotta get your butt to the polls. I don't care if you have to wait 3 hours in line. Here's your choice. Wait 3 hours in line or spend 4 years listening to her cackle. I mean, we don't have to talk about her policies because she didn't have any, okay? Just picture that for 4 years, every time you open up the Fox News, CNN, whatever you watch, every time you turn on the TV to see what's going on in the world, you get the crap. Sorry, I can't, there's no way in the world anybody can impersonate that. But we need the guys to go vote. We've already heard over and over and over again. I mean, and I've shown some of this, the votes flipping on the machine, the states restricting people from voting. That'd be Pennsylvania. That got overturned. The states that were extending early voting in blue areas, that would be Georgia. Okay. The crookedness of this election over and over and over again. The most secure election ever, free and fair elections. This is what everybody's calling for. We want free and fair elections, but we're going to cheat. Just don't catch us, so that way we can gaslight you in thinking that, it was free and fair. So many people out there are, I'm not going to vote. It doesn't matter. Guys, it matters. It really, really matters. You may think, oh, there's 350 million people and I'm just one. Look at the margins that Biden cheated his way to victory with 4 years ago. 10,000, 12,000 votes. One means a lot. I mean, you look at some little tiny town and if everybody goes, nah, you know what, forget it. That could be the difference between a state flipping, which could be the difference between the country flipping. The way I look at it is this. If the Amish can get out in their little buggies and go vote, so can the rest of us. Please, save your country. Do not allow this amoeba brain anywhere near the Oval Office, unless she's got a visitor's pass. Because the woman is a fraud. There's no other way to describe her. She has no ideas. She has no respect. She has no dignity. She has no freaking brain. If that's who you want to run your country, move to North Korea. You can have all that. Okay. They keep coming up with he's a convicted rapist. No, he's not. Okay. Never has he been charged with nor convicted of rape. Okay. He's been indicted 34 times or whatever. Yeah, most every one of the cases so far has been thrown out of court. Okay. He's been impeached twice. Great. Neither one of those charges went anywhere either. I mean, anybody, trust me, you could go to the police right now and say your next door neighbor is a serial killer. Does it mean it's true? No. And that's all accusations are not the same as proof. And all they have is accusations. All they have is name calling. All they have is lies. And the liar in chief, Barack Obama, and his subordinates, Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton, and their subordinate, Kamala Harris, are just learning from the master crook, trying to just keep it clean. Guys, it's up to us. All right? Mark Cuban said there are no strong, intelligent women that surround Donald Trump. Obviously, he's wrong. Okay? As I said, somebody please tell me how many languages Mark Cuban's wife speaks. Okay? But the strong, intelligent women have voted. Guys, it's up to us. Do it. Save your country. You're willing to take up arms to save your country. Pick up a damn pen to do it, too. Pinball out.